Hi, welcome to Cooking in the Kitchen. I'm your host Justin. You may remember me from such cooking shows as Chicken Fried Bacon and Fungus Among Us. Today we're going to show you guys how to cook mushrooms. We're going to bread them, deep fry them, and provide two different dipping sauces, although I think we might go with a glaze instead. So real quick, we'll go over our materials. Mushrooms, obviously. 2 eggs. You can up that to 4 if you think you're going to run out, but you know, that also depends on how many people are eating. Should be enough for 4. Should be enough yolk in those eggs to get enough mushrooms for 4 people. Red pepper and orange sauce. Red pepper flakes, I should say. And I'm going to mix those together. Maybe top it over the mushrooms. And for the other sauce, we've got some Worcestershire, because I'm tired of using soy sauce. So I figure, and regular black pepper. Shouldn't be a problem. Now, for regular seasoning the mushrooms, we're gonna go over some oil. That'll be our oil for when we fry them later. And garlic salt, which is really good. Most people cook like everything with garlic, onions, stuff. And of course, there's our breadcrumbs, our tools, bowls, various bowls, and stuff. So, first thing we got to do is open up the mushrooms, and you know, when you're working with knives and all that, please be very careful. It's very sharp usually. Be sure to wash them off. Just give them a quick rinse. Which also brings me to also before you ever cook a meal, any kind of meal, you should also wash your hands very thoroughly. Soap and water, and I mean scrub them, not just, you know, run them under there. Oh, and the other ingredient I forgot, which isn't really going into the food, but paper towels. They are great. Clean up all your little messes. So now these mushrooms, pretty damn big, as you can see. Take our washed ones over here. What I like to do is to cut them into quarters. Cut it in half, cut it again, obviously, and cut it again. So now, from like something that'll take a couple bites to eat, you kind of get these nice little bite-sized mushrooms. And you could cut them again in half, but then they kind of get a little crummy looking and very small. You know, if you're throwing them up on a grill, you cut them, dice them up, and even in a frying pan, but you know, it's up to you. So I'm going to cut these up right now. So now what we're going to do is, and I haven't exactly figured out how I'm going to do this one-handed, but we're going to get those eggs over there. Let's see here. Here we go. I really should have a cameraman or a tripod or something. Alright, and be sure, especially when working with eggs, if you do get any of the shell in there, be sure to pick it out. No one wants to bite on freaking eggshell or something, but you know what, cooking's fun. Cooking's meant to be a little dirty, so just have fun with it. Oh, damn it. So now I'm beating these eggs here. You just want to make sure that all the yellow yolk there gets evenly spread out. And next we have our breadcrumbs, so now we're going to make this. People say, you know, it doesn't really matter what kind of breadcrumbs you buy, but I do like the Italian style because they've got a bit more seasoning and crap in there than regular plain old breadcrumbs. Alright, so mushrooms, eggs, breadcrumbs. Let me get that spoon out of there. So, usually you just have to roll the egg mushrooms into the breadcrumbs. So now, you can do it a couple ways. Since you have clean hands, throw the mushroom in there. Be careful not to break the stem like I just did. And throw it in the breadcrumbs. Bread it real nice and good. And I did not, in fact, get a platter to put the done ones up yet, so let's go to the drawer. Bam, platter. Great. So now transfer your breaded mushrooms onto the platter. Also, I forgot to mention, if you're lazy like I am, you could just, and you have, you know, big enough pots and pans and bowls and whatnot, you can just do it the bulk way, the capitalist way. Get them all mixed around in there. And, you know, it's just easier, save yourself some time. Also, as you'll notice, when you're breading something, sometimes it'll clump up a little. That doesn't really matter, because you could always just, you know, restock your breadcrumbs and get that done. Alright guys, so what we have now, we have our oil heating up, we have our breaded mushrooms, and we have a mess. So while you're waiting for the oil, season up your mushrooms a little. Some garlic salt there, and clean up. And we've got our Worcestershire sauce, our orange sauce, red pepper. We've got some, you know, ground black peppercorns here, some chives which we're not going to use, and some bay leaves which have been in the back of the cabinet for God only knows how long. But those will go with the orange sauce. You don't want to. I mean, the Worcestershire and the orange sauce is pretty powerful on its own. So you don't want to really do too much to them. You gotta do a little something, so you know, you could say, oh, all I did was put a Worcestershire sauce on this. Yeah, okay, that's all you did. You didn't, like, you know, make it yourself or do anything. Just came store-bought, etc. Anyway, so you just want to get that in there, and then grab your pepper mill. So basically, we've got our Worcestershire. I lost my spoon. Time for another. And there's actually nothing to mix in there just yet. So I'll just throw some, you know, regular black pepper in there. You could use Creole pepper, but if there's too many people in your house that don't like spicy, they'll be complaining about that. Alright, so we got it nice and peppery. Mix it around a little. It should come out real nice. Alright, so we'll work on this orange sauce. I haven't actually tried this before, so this is kind of new. This is really the experimental one. So we're going to use these bay leaves, and what we're going to do is, with these leaves here, we're going to crumple them up. As you can see, they're already pretty, even smaller than that, leaves. So you can rip them, squish them, whatever. And then we'll throw some red pepper in there. And we'll see what comes out and how it tastes. Alright, and just like that, it's me. It looks pretty interesting. Looks a little spicy and, well, yeah, it looks a little interesting. I haven't tasted it yet. We'll see. So, we've got our mushrooms. And what you want to do, because the oil is going to be very hot, is get either, you know, a spatula and scoop them in, or grab like one of these tongs and toss them in there. They should come out real nice. They should cook pretty quickly. Don't forget, once you have all your mushrooms in there, to lower the heat on the hot oil. So like I said, they'll burn up real quick. So you want to get them out of there pretty quickly. There we have our finished product. We got our sauces ready to go. So now while you're waiting for your other meals to cook, etc., cover those over, put them away, or you know, put them in a heater or warmer, whatever you got. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Cooking in the Kitchen. I'm your host, Justin. See you next time.